Welcome to Wingcat Sports. Today we're going to be talking about what we feel like is going to happen with the Tigers this year, overall involving wins, losses, what we expect out of certain players, and whatnot. So, my prediction this year is they're very close to setting the loss record. I don't think they're going to win between 45 and 50 games. I don't know, maybe a little bit more than that, but that's my prediction on the year.
What do you think? Yeah, I think that's everyone's prediction. I don't think there's anyone thinking that they're going to not lose at least 100 games, if not more. You never know. I mean, like I said, something goes on. Their main problem right now is Baez, Javier Baez. I mean, he doesn't seem to want to play. He played really well in the World Baseball Championships. They said that they were impressed, and he so it's obviously an attitude issue. What do you do with somebody like that? You're paying him $22 million a year. He doesn't want to play. Can you cut him? Can you demote him? I mean,
they benched him the other day. Benched him.
It doesn't help.
You got to slowly start adding some discipline there. He's going to be one of those guys that's going to fight it, but you got to do something. I did want him signed. I thought he would be good and cheaper option from Correa, and he has clearly shown he's not been what we need him. We need him to have a good year, so he's gone.
Yes. This is what I think of the Lions. Tigers. There. Javier Baez, he acts like a guy that doesn't even want to be here. I mean, if you don't even know the basics of base running, he knows them, but you're not paying attention to how many outs there are.
Right.
And you're a major league ball player making $20 million a year.
He said it was because he was batting six.
He was upset. He was upset where he was
translation.
Batting.
I don't want to be here. I think that this
guy. I think I'm better than I am.
And he,
basically.
You know what? I don't blame him. I don't blame anybody for wanting to make more money. He signed for the money.
Yeah.
But my God, this guy has been an absolute train wreck.
And you're stuck with him. You're stuck with him.
And I know that Hinge, I guess, took him in the tunnel and kind of benched him.
He did. Yep.
But wasn't he in the lineup yesterday batting cleanup?
I think he was in the lineup yesterday.
Why are you going to put somebody
in the lineup? He had a game-tying double today.
He is
batting about 100 in cleanup. Why?
So he is probably the best player on that team if his head's right.
Yeah, he's probably most athletic.
He should be batting ninth.
Really, when you think about it.
And
he's only hurting himself because you're going to be in the public eye. People are going to shred you. This town's going to hate his guts every time he comes to the plate. He'll probably be booed unless he, finds some way to redeem himself. I don't. It's kind of really crazy.
Speaking right now, Cabrera just hit a walk-off single in the 11th, so we won. So there goes
Cabrera. Yay, Miggy, way to go! I mean, say what you want about Miggy, the guy still plays. The guy still loves. You can tell in his face he loves to play baseball. That's what you want. And Javier Baez, I don't get it. I don't get how you can get paid that much money and just not show up and play hard. That's all we want.
Well, yeah, at least try,
especially in a blue collar town like this. Right.
I think
if we see some effort, we are a little bit more patient with you, But
there is nobody in this town that has any expectations for the Tigers. So just show up and play.
Yeah.
I don't even think they're going to score
100% and whatever
120 runs this year. I don't think so.
And that's pretty low.
That's pretty low.
You don't even think they'll average a run a game? That's pretty bad. You think they're going to be that bad?
I think they're going to get shut out.
You think they're going to be that bad?
Right.
They ain't going to be that. They ain't going to be that bad.
That'd be funny. I mean, how many shutouts would they have if they don't even score 100 runs? That'd be like
that's terrible. They might not have. They might not have a person who has 100 RBIs this year.
No, yeah, that's stupid. That's just we're going to score.
I think there's a very good chance they might not get a person who has over 20 runs.
200.
That's possible potentially if they're really, really bad. I would say that you got to think 162 games. So
who's the highest? Who's our best hitter right now?
Well, it would have been Austin Meadows if he didn't have his anxiety stuff.
He's back, I heard.
Is he back?
God. He's back.
Yeah. He probably would have been. You got Meadows, Cabrera, Baez. Those are the ones with the
most. $millions takes time off for anxiety.
Hey,
I don't know if he's back playing, but I heard he was back at Comerica.
Whatever.
this team stinks, so there's no reason to damage him more if they think that's what it's going to do. I don't know his issues. I don't know what exactly.
Whatever
his problem
medication
is.
he might have been taking for his anxiety might not have been working, so he had to go figure out
I have
different
anxiety
medication.
playing for the Tigers every day. That's for sure. So
We just, they probably
just go
won't be
play.
good.
You're just playing. Give 100%. That's all.
But
can
you
do.
only have 3 guys on the team that have decent major league experience, like 3 or 4 guys. All your pitchers are subpar to par. And the ones that are good are hurt. Scooble's hurt, right? Mize, we didn't know how he was hurt. It's injuries and uncertainties.
We're going to get to go to
is
a
what this whole
few
team
games
is.
pretty cheaply this year. So
Well, yeah, with
look at the
StubHub, yeah.
positive. I mean, like I said, if Baez wasn't doing this right now, I don't think anybody would be all that upset.
He seems to have taken the spotlight, not only locally but nationally. I mean, that when this base running incident got national attention, I don't know if networks were just looking for something to report. It was a story, or
well, something to talk about for here. I mean, and you want him to play well. If you want him gone next year, you want him to play well.
Well,
because he has an opt out.
They were talking on the ticket like something like just benching him for the year and then forcing him to opt out.
It's either he gets paid his money by us or he opts out.
Who could you put there?
You just put one of your young guys. See who you got. You
what do you got to lose?
You got the Toledo Mud Hens in Detroit basically right now.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
and I don't think I think the Detroit fan base knows that. The Tiger fan base knows this is not a good team. Just go down and enjoy a nice night at the ballpark and stuff. And you can get cheap tickets,
No, through second-hand sellers, you can get cheap tickets, yes. Not straight through the Tigers. You're still spending the same money if you buy them through Tigers.
It's just baseball. That's why I don't understand guys like Baez. Just play hard.
Oh, and
that's all we want.
And when you have a team like this, it kills your new fans. People my age aren't going to care as much about watching them because
people like
they
me who are a little older that kind of tune in, tune out. Who wants to if there's a better product on the field, you'll get more followers.
Yeah, actually try. That's one thing that kind of sucks. Right now,
free hot dog day, that would make me come down.
Yeah. The one thing that kind of sucks right now is just so much uncertainty. Baseball is slowly dying, and if you can't put a good team out there, it's not going to work. You got Chris Ilitch, who doesn't seem to care as much about the Tigers.
That seems to be a major problem that is a talking point, is that half the teams in this league don't even try to win, don't even care.
I mean, look at Oakland. Right. They're about to lose their team.
They want to go to Vegas, don't they?
They're going to go probably to Vegas.
Yeah. So they lost all their sports. Tanking it.
They lost all their sports team. It's not fully their fault. They can't get a new stadium. The city kind of is fighting them. The owners are fighting because they don't want to spend as much money.
I don't think
it's between the owners and city.
Shit.
So they'll probably end up in Las Vegas and I'll lose all their teams. But if you aren't having a good team out there, you don't have a strong fan base going for the teams. Opening day every year is a part. I mean, it wasn't even sold out this year. The game wasn't even sold out for opening day this year.
And that's probably a first for a long. I mean, that's a tradition in Detroit. So, I mean, not to sell out opening day is pretty telling. But again, who owns the Tigers? Chris Ilitch.
Yeah.
Does he give a crap? I don't know. He's going to make money anyway.
Time will tell in the next few years how much. As money gets off the books, because Cabrera's off the books after this year. If Baez leaves, that's another 20-something mil, I believe.
I've heard.
Off the books. You'll have a lot of money off the books next year.
Have they moved the fences in at Comerica?
They did. They moved them slightly in, yes.
Okay.
So more home runs, hopefully.
Because I've heard complaints about that. Like it looks like something like Little League.
Because they didn't have the full-on time during the winter do build stuff. So maybe next year they'll have the fences kind of built a little bit during the fall when they're not playing.
Shorten center field though. That's one thing.
Because they want
Tiger Stadium was famous for. That was one thing.
They just want more offense.
America, they had a deep center field. It was known as it's not a home run ballpark,
But they had Triples Alley, and they just want more home runs. That's one main reason.
And that's okay.
Make the game exciting. Put people in the seats.
Right. It's supposed to be fun.
Yep.
I mean, if I was AJ Hinch this year, I'd be a lot like Dan Campbell was the first year with the Lions. Just to have fun, run those bases when you get a base runner.
I mean, stolen bases are up with the new rules, with the bigger bases.
Right.
Stolen bases are up.
Make it
Percentage
fun.
of stealing is up. A lot of people aren't happy about the pitch clock. I don't think it's a problem.
I think it's great.
People,
You're
they're
shortening the
just
game
not.
by 20 minutes. Is that what they say?
I
Yeah.
don't want to go to a baseball game and spend 4 hours there.
Especially now watching the Tigers.
Yeah,
Most
especially watching that.
The people who are complaining have never watched minor league baseball.
Well, we went to Mud Hen games. Those games
Yep.
were over and done with in probably 2.5 hours.
It's just the older players aren't used to it. Veteran players are not used to a clock, so they're not used to.
Am I wrong?
what they're doing.
Those games are done in about under 3 hours.
Yeah, it's not usually that bad.
Okay,
So-
we've talked a long time about the Tigers. I didn't think we were going to talk this long.
It's about the same. But anything, final remarks? Anything
No.
left? We're all good.
Just keep tuning in. More
So-
shows to come, better shows. Subscribe, share.
Until next time,
Yeah.
see you soon.